Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I did a YouTube video about the plants that I'm grateful for. So obviously I should do the opposite and talk about the plants that I am not grateful for. So the first plant I'm going to be talking about, and I know I'm not the only one. All of us have plants that we've bought and we just go like, what happened to you? You know, sometimes some plants just don't enjoy being in our conditions. They just don't adapt well. Maybe they came from a really humid place, like in Florida, and it's just not a plant that can deal with lower humidity, or it's not a plant that can deal with the indoor conditions that you have in your home. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not your fault in any single way. And let me just remind you, I used to feel really bad when I kill plants or when things don't work out for me, and then I start going down the rabbit hole of trying to figure out what I did wrong. But I have come to a new understanding in my plant growing journey that if a plant doesn't want to be alive in my home, then we should just break up. There are so many Hoyas to collect, there are so many aerites to collect, there are so many succulents, so many cacti, so many different plants on the market. You don't have to keep struggling with this one plant unless you want to. But I don't want to anymore with these. Well, one out of these three plants I don't want to anymore. But the other two I think I'm gonna keep trying. So the first plant that's up on the chopping block is my Hoya Rime Splash. And look at the original leaves that I got from the seller. Beautiful, extremely high splashing, but every single note that has ever come out of this plant has been just pure green. I've had things coming out from the side, pure green, I chopped it all down. Had stuff coming out this side, pure green, I chopped it down. And I basically literally went around this stem and snipped off any kind of new note that came out from the stem, from the side that wasn't the top of these two beautiful leaves that I wanted. And it refuses to grow from this top note. So maybe it's like an exhausted note, I don't know. I don't think Hoyas have exhausted notes. I think this plant is just playing me. And I am over it. Right after this video, this plant is going to the trash because I'm over it. I'm not interested to have it take up real estate on my shelves under really nice light and just constantly keep giving me green leaves when I got silver leaves. I'm over it. I don't want to take care of it anymore. I don't even want to try to offload it to someone else. It's just going straight to the trash because I have experienced some level of emotional damage from dealing with this plant. I'm gonna be real. Goodbye. Sayonara. The second Hoya I want to talk about is the Hoya Enkejanoe. I don't know if I butchered that name, but man, I am not a fan of this Hoya. I got this Hoya in a cuttings bundle. I tried out a cuttings bundle with this seller on Palm Street, and the cuttings bundle was amazing. I enjoyed all of the Hoyas, and the seller recommended this Hoya to me. And honestly, it's not that it's a bad Hoya in any way. It has really velvety leaves, which I think is really cool, but the leaf shape is basic. It doesn't have any splashing. There's no variegation. If it was a fast grower, I would still forgive it. It's not a fast grower. It roots really fast, but it's not a fast grower. So at this point, I'm just like, why? Why? No, I'm not grateful for you. And the final Hoya I have on this I'm not grateful for you list is this really, really pathetic Hoya Lei Prism cutting. I got this a long time back, you guys, a long time back, as a 2-leaf, 1-note cutting. Upon getting this cutting, I immediately developed quite a lot of roots actually. I got it under my grow lights, it was developing a ton of roots. It was barely rooted when I first got it. So it spent a lot of time just developing roots. It developed those roots and then started to churn out new growth. The moment that first leaf showed up, the previous leaf literally just dried up and died. And I was like, that's fine, there's a new leaf, so it's okay. And then this Hoya basically got itself into an elbow, I call it an elbow trap. So sometimes plants grow out nodes that are like just full elbow, so they don't photosynthesize for the plant in any way. They're just sucking up resources, but they're not actually helping the overall health of the plant. So this tiny little cutting got into an elbow trap or elbow loop, and it grew out. And I didn't touch it at all. I just let it do its thing just because it was kind of pricey and I was so desperate for it to grow out. I let it be. It grew out 3 completely elbow leaves with like minimal green mottling over the course of, I don't know, 6 months. And recently I just got so tired of it. I'm like, yeah, no, try again. So I chopped the top elbow strand away, and I'm basically forcing this Hoya to try again. Like, please try. But honestly, it brings me so little joy. Every time I look at this Hoya, I'm just like, this is really sad. Like, it's pathetic, it's super sad. I get more joy looking at my Hoya Crimson Princess or my Hoya Crimson Queen, which are way cheaper, way more basic plants, but come on, it looks way better than this supposedly fancy Hoya that doesn't grow very fast. Roots really slow, everything's just slow, it's just so slow. And maybe the problem is humidity. Maybe it just needs better conditions. I obviously do not have the right conditions for this Hoya. I recognize it's not this Hoya's fault. It's because I don't have the right conditions for this Hoya. But am I excited enough that I want to keep trying with this Hoya and like get it a cabinet, get it all of those things? No. If this Hoya doesn't want to live in my home, in my conditions, and if it decides to die and not churn out a new node after this, well, too bad. There are other Hoyas to collect. I don't need to struggle with you. That's right. Anyway, am I gonna throw this in the trash? No. I'm gonna keep trying because it's just in a tiny little 2.5 inch, 3 inch pot. I can keep this going. And maybe next year I'll do a little update and it will just look the same. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, not grateful. And that brings me to the end of my slightly negative Thanksgiving series video about the things I'm not grateful for, that honestly they can do better, or that maybe I can do better, but I'm not willing to do better because I don't want to buy a cabinet just for my plants to grow. There are so many other plants to keep and take care of that will be very happy to grow in this house. So if they don't want to grow, they can leave. It's okay. Anywho, if you enjoyed the content for today, if this made you laugh, please give this video a thumbs up. As always, subscribe to the channel for more content about Hoyas, about plants, about all kinds of random planty things. And if you have things that are also pissing you off, plant-wise, if other planty things that are also pissing you off, feel free to comment down below. Let's share the pain about things that are not going well for you. I would love to hear them. And with that note, happy Thanksgiving. Bye.